But no, yeah, it was definitely a humbling experience because yeah, like me and Chris, like when we left here, we were like, dang, dude, like we didn't think about that at all. Just with especially like telling people stories and like people are telling their stories, bro. We got to be sensitive about that stuff. But we're just
Because
since
people
we,
are pouring out their hearts, really.
yeah,
And even though we're used to it, we're used to sitting down with people and just being open and I guess hearing about that, we just kind of jump in and snap into it.
Yeah,
Nope.
that's hard for a lot of people, man. A lot of people, it's hard to sit down and pour your heart out to somebody you really don't know, and then
mm-hmm,
you know it's going out to a lot of people you
Yeah.
really don't know.
Yeah,
right,
absolutely.
So that can be a scary, nerve wracking thing
yeah.
for a lot of people.
Well,
So
that's what we had to like get humbled to. It was like, dang, we didn't even think about that. I mean, we did, but at the same time, it's just like, and then just like hanging out with you too, It's like Chris was like, you know, it wasn't even like you really didn't know me. You knew of me because of Chris, I guess. So
mm-hmm.
it's like, you don't know who I really am until
Right,
we sat down and talked and like we
right,
got to hang out,
you're just some guy that's in the room with us,
Yeah,
until
until like we actually like hung out for those couple hours. So
yeah.
I hope I'm a pretty cool guy, man.
That's subjective, Chase.
Yeah, I'm
That's
real.
subjective,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, it is.
And two, what we're talking about, Adam, it was, I know you and I know Chase, and I'm very comfortable talking to you, and I'm very comfortable talking to Chase, but you and Chase don't know one another.
Right.
So it took y'all some time to kind of
Open up a little
open
bit.
up,
Yeah,
and you're like, man, okay, I know this is Chris, and all right, so who's this guy Chris is with? I don't know him.
Right.
yeah,
Chris is good with him, but
Yeah, but
yeah,
I don't know this guy like
yeah,
Chris knows him.
yeah,
So, but I think that's definitely an important thing for us to learn is that, and it's 100% okay, is that, hey, some people need a little bit of time to kind of ease into some things instead of like, hey, all right, hey, camera's on. Let's go. Tell me about the worst things that's ever happened to you in your
yeah.
life.
yeah.
you know?
I don't.
That is difficult.
Yeah, I don't really know you, but tell me all the bad
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
Tell me about the time you were 12 and some terrible things happened.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's the thing, bro. Is like a lot of people pouring their hearts out, like you said. So it's like dang, like that's pretty brave. It is, man. I think it's pretty. I don't know. I know for some people it's freeing, but some people it may be freeing
may not be
later.
freeing yet.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
You
yeah,
know, some people aren't still ready in their progress
yeah, no doubt.
to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's fine.
yeah.
That's perfectly okay.
But I know, being humbled and being more appreciative of kind of what we're trying to do. Not trying what we're doing,
Absolutely.
but but at the same time, me and Chris are figuring it out. That's what we do. We figure it out, but it takes that trial and error.
We needed that, Adam.
Yeah, we
We
needed
needed
that
that
from you,
big.
honestly, because we're like, dang, dude. And we like went in deep thought about it, like for like a week, like
For
we're
real.
like, dang,
Well, that like I was telling Chris, that wasn't my intention to you know change y'all up or get y'all looking at different paths or anything like that. Well, I mean, I guess it was my intention to get you kind of seeing a different perspective.
oh, no
Yes.
doubt.
Yeah,
You
That's
know,
what,
absolutely.
yeah.
and I think perspective is a
Well,
huge thing that a lot of people forget about. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people, forget about those other person's shoes.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this person, they're built a little bit differently,
Yeah.
yeah,
and for certain reasons, and for good reasons sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
people, I used to go around with people all the time. I want big shoulders.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I can handle a lot.
yeah.
But so
No, well, we. not only humbled us, but you taught us a lot too.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even you like switching us up, but like we needed that too because like the beginning, it's just like you're right. Like instead of us introducing it, like people kind of already know what they're going into now. We don't really have to do that. So it's just what we were, what we started doing, and we just kind of rolled with it until you gave us advice, But that's
It was good with good. It was
great advice.
with great advice. It was like with good, like you want the best for somebody. Because
Yeah,
some people will be like, they'll give you unsolicited advice. You're like, bro, like what are you even talking about?
Yeah, but like that has nothing
to do with any of that.
That's I already know that's bad advice.
But
yeah,
it's from like
You know?
honest. It's from like honest intentions. Like, hey, this will
Yeah.
make you better.
yeah.
Like I want nothing but good for you guys.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? Like
Oh, we know.
with a lot of people, what I was talking about people giving bad advice, that's because people get jealous of, what one person may have going, they want to, trip that person up a little bit or something
Yeah.
like that. No, like if I have something, like a little piece of my knowledge that may help y'all skip 1, 2, or 3 steps, I'm going to give it to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's going to help you guys out.
Yeah.
It ain't going to benefit me keeping it to myself.
Yeah. Well, like that's the whole point of this. Like this isn't a competition, bro. This isn't even where we're trying to get into like being the biggest podcasters in the world. We just like doing it, and it's something cool we get to do. Like getting to do this and hang out and like just talk. It's like me and Chris said the other day too. Like this is our instead of like going out anymore. Like this is our social.
Like
Like
your social interaction.
yeah,
For the week.
yeah, like
Deal.
yeah, and
we
a
get to
good
meet people and talk to people we will never run into ever.
yeah, and it's I don't know, man. It's like one of those like we don't want to waste anybody's time or like so it's kind of one of those things we gotta. It's well, appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on here, man, and
This is
just really good sitting down with us, man, for real.
yeah, in a different aspect too. It's kind of cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, because for many people out there that don't know, Adam does not exactly do the most typical job. He don't exactly punch in and punch out.
Yeah, ain't got no 9 to 5 around here.
Every day. But I think that's important for people to see, Adam. That again, we talk about perspective so much, and you never know something until you truly sit down with somebody. Because me being in sales, Adam, and you being a tattooist, Chase being in construction, you never really would think we'd have that much in common with you that we do.
Yeah. You never know, man. You got a lot more in common with me than you think.
Oh,
yeah.
That's like this wasn't always my job. This is my job now. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I've been passionate about for a very long time. But I used to be in construction. I used to do electrical work. I was an electrician for a lot of years. And then as far as in sales, I sell myself.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When you sell your work is your sale.
Yes, absolutely. And that that's the thing as far as perspective.
Yeah.
You may not have seen that we had as much in common as you thought we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
until you sit down and talk.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And get to know somebody, man. That's the coolest part about this is actually getting to know you, and like and having your perspective on things and because I mean, obviously you're an artist, so you have an eye for things that not a lot of people do. So and like it's like again in that whole conversation we just had, like what I do. Not a lot of people have an eye of what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people have an eye for sales like Chris does. So like I don't know, but we all have similar thing, I guess, that we have an eye for something.
We sit down and talk to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter what we do for our day jobs, we still sit down and we can laugh and I don't know, connect on a different way other than that. that just per se looking at somebody, you don't necessarily always have that perception of them. You're like,
Yeah.
what do I have? What do I have to sit down and talk to them about? Man, actually, a lot more than you think.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A lot more
You
than you
might
think.
learn something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we did. You might learn a lot and get humbled a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, I think that's very very important for me. And it's too. It's like being humbled like that. Um, it wasn't. I don't know if I can articulate this, but it wasn't more of an egotistical humbleness. It was like, dang, like I didn't even see things that way. So
Yeah.
it was like a learning experience,
Well,
you know?
it's a point of getting comfortable. We got comfortable with something,
Yeah,
and we
no,
can't. You know what I mean? And we
that's
talk
true.
about that all the time. It's like don't get comfortable with something because, that's how you mess yourself up.
That's how
And
you get left behind.
yeah,
Yeah, getting
In my
comfortable.
world, anyways, you
yeah,
know.
Getting comfortable doing one thing. Oh, I do it this way. This is the only way I do it.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, that was a really cool style 20 years ago,
Yeah,
yeah.
but nobody wants it no more. You
Right,
know,
yeah,
so
right. And that's yeah. You gotta switch it up, man.
gotta stay on your toes.
Yeah.
yeah. How do you switch up like your artwork and stuff, or how do you like? Do you go home and paint or do
Yeah,
things to
um,
kind of try a different style or a different medium?
yeah. A lot of times I do a lot of black and gray tattoos,
Yeah.
and that's often how I paint. I paint, with black and gray and stuff like that. And sometimes I'll paint just to practice, like maybe a certain perspective I've been working on or something like that I'm trying to hone and make a little bit better because I was struggling with it or something like that. And then other times is a, it becomes a thing of therapy,
Yeah.
almost like that's the time where I can actually stop, sit down, and actually clear my mind a little bit and release everything that I've dealt with through the week or the month or whatever, because I don't often get to paint as much as I want to sometimes, but
Yeah.
it helps me out a lot. That has become a saving grace for me. It seems that I absolutely enjoy and wish I could find more time to do. So
Yeah. So kind of painting, or I don't know, really this in a sense of I know it's your day job, but obviously I don't know, you get to create art every day.
yeah, I get to, just like on this piece here. We kind of had a idea of what we wanted to do, but not really any type of visual visual representation. So that it gave me a lot of creative, leeway on how I wanted to do things and stuff like that. Um, but I like where we got going with this, and I like
Yeah.
just the freedom of being able to do the thing that I love to do and that I'm passionate about every day, and still earn a living.
Yeah,
Put it
absolutely.
that way.
Absolutely.
That's
So go
that's.
ahead, Jay.
I was just saying that's important.
But not I'm very lucky.
Yeah.
I count my blessings daily. And I constantly get reminded, to think about where I was, you know, X amount of years ago, where I wanted to be, where I'm at
Hmm.
now.
Yeah.
Quit looking at it, where I'm at, hey, this is where I wanted to be. All right, now what's the next step? Where do I want to be from here?
Hmm.
And I'm very goal oriented, task oriented, so I'm always have that next thing that I'm kind of striving for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It keeps you like it's. That's my biggest thing is like having like what's my next
yeah,
big thing. You
and
know, it's like you get again. It's like getting comfortable with something. It's like okay, well I've done that. Like what can I do next?
right,
Type deal.
and that's how I stay current with the stuff that I do. Like I'll get to working on something, one kind of style of thing for a little while, and I'll be like, all right, I want to. I kind of got where I wanted to with it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's switch gears. Let's work on this subject matter for a little
Yeah.
while. Let's see how good I can get with that, and then after that, there's always the next one, and there's always the next one, and there's always a different perspective, the way to see things, that I kind of play with and stuff like that. That's the thing that keeps me motivated to stay current in my artwork and not get complacent,
Yeah.
because that's one thing I have a problem with that I know that I actively work on all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
don't be complacent.
Yeah.
Keep going. All right, you've been sitting still too long. You've been doing this for too long. You haven't been productive enough. And that's what drives me insane.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. Well, that's the definition of insanity.
Oh yeah, doing the same thing
Doing the
over and
same
over.
thing over,
Doing expecting different results.
expecting different
What
results.
with that, as far as my artwork is concerned, I was told years ago, the difference between a professional and a master. That was, and when I heard this, that was something that stuck with me. That I think about daily. A professional is somebody who does this one thing until they get it right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a master is somebody who does this one thing until they can't get it wrong.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the thing that keeps my wheels turning. It
Yeah.
keeps me wanting
That's
to be
that's good
better
right
every day.
there.
Yeah.
So
Master, you have everything in your toolbox
exactly.
that you can do anything.
Yeah, the when I started tattooing, I come from a street shop where that's how that's how it was. You did whatever tattoo come through the door,
Yeah.
type deal. And nowadays, I get to be a little bit more picky about the way I do things and the tattoos that I take on. Um, and I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy that I'm in a position to do that.
Well, thank you for
And
taking mine on, Adam.
well, I appreciate it. I was very happy to. I like the concept of what we was going to wind up doing, and I like having, like I said, creative the creative freedom to be able to do this and create something that maybe you needed a little bit more than you wanted.
Yeah.
That's a lot of times people come in and be like, I want this picture.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's a picture of somebody else's tattoo.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, that's somebody else's tattoo. I don't want to do that. Let's break it down a little bit. I'll give you the same thing as far as the same subject matter and the idea of what we're trying to get across, but I'm not going to give you somebody else's tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing, like you're talking about, like a street shop. And I'm not knocking this by any means, but you know how all the little things you go through, the stencils
Yeah, yeah,
that you go through. I'm like, all right, I want this tattoo on my right shoulder.
yeah,
It's just like it's almost like a cookie cutter of that. So having the I don't know the ability to say, hey, look, this is the idea. I want you to make this because therefore it's a one of a kind.
yes,
You know, it's not necessary. And I'm not saying anybody, cool. Somebody wants a rose on their ankle. Okay, all right. I'm not saying about that, but I'm talking about just a typical everyday. You have that creative process. You can go in there and kind of let it flow a little bit and do something unique to them.
Yeah.
And give them.
and well, things have changed in tattoos. In the last 10 years. That easy 10 years, but I've been in the game for 20 plus years now, and I've seen it change a lot. Like we were talking about these machines earlier. These machines, these are based really just based off prison machines.
Yeah.
The way these work. My first machine was just like that. It was a rotary machine put together out of parts.
Yep.
Um, but it was kind of funny how everything kind of come back to these machines. But they're a little bit more efficient, and they work a little.
Quieter, a lot quieter,
They're
Yeah.
a lot
they're
quieter.
a lot way quieter.
Yes.
Um, but they do work a little differently, and there's still some guys that are very loyal to the coil.
Yeah.
With their coil machines and stuff like that. And I'm not knocking them guys. A lot of those guys are my good friends.
Yeah.
Um, but I started using these machines after an injury to help ease that injury a little bit, and it's been a big help. I'm happy with
You
it.
get the same pack because I know, like on the one on my chest, especially my arm, man. You pack them. Do you get it like a difference of I don't know, like the I don't know. You know how you're like really make them dark or something. I mean, does is it the same?
But it's the same process and stuff like that. Like nowadays the difference between your chest and you know your arm is going to be years of experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the biggest thing that has changed. Is between that, the ink is still fairly the same. A lot of the color ink has gotten a whole lot better, um, and it's making people love color a lot more, which is good. I like color tattoos as well, um, but I still love black and gray. There's just something very
Yeah. I like black and
classy
gray.
about black and gray. It goes with everything. So, but
Yeah. So how you getting tattooing, man? Like, why did you start? I mean, obviously, I know you. All, I mean, we talked about it. You like the arts and you like creating. You like
yeah.
drawing, tattooing, whatever it is. So how did you kind of get a start in that, Adam?
So I got started in tattooing. Like I said, I was an electrician at the time, and I'd been getting tattooed, for several years at that point in time, I guess. But I was getting tattooed a little bit more heavily and thinking about it a little bit more. And I tried to have an apprenticeship years ago when I was younger, because I was hanging out at tattoo shops when I was 16 years old and I wasn't supposed to. They let me hang out and stuff, which is cool. I thought those were some of the coolest guys in the world,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
and that's because they were. Um, but I, I couldn't hold up to what was required of me at that time for an apprenticeship, so it just kind of dwindled off. And years later, as getting more and more tattooed, I guess it kind of rekindled that fire a little
Yeah.
bit. That maybe this is what maybe this is what I need to do. I really like this kind of lifestyle that I'm looking at. It was a very free lifestyle. Like these guys didn't, they weren't 9 to 5 guys like I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that because I didn't feel that I was a 9 to 5 guy. It just never seemed to work well for me. Like stuff always just happened. I didn't do well with those kind of jobs. And while I was doing the electrical thing, I decided that I was going to wind up buying some machines, and I pulled the trigger on buying machines. I bought some really horrible machines off of eBay. They were horribly overpriced that I never should have bought, but I didn't know any better because I was a young, dumb kid. So I spent literally all of our bill money except for maybe $15, and we lived paycheck to paycheck. And I told my wife at the time when she come in from work, "Hey, I bought the tattoo machines. Why?" She said, "It's because I'm gonna start tattooing." Oh, okay, all right. Well, I had done some tattoos when I was younger. With needle and ink, picking folk, and those turned out really good. I'm still really happy with some of those, and so are the people that are wearing them because I did them for several people. Um, but I bought the machines. She asked me where the money had come from machines. I told her I'd spent all of our bill money that we had, and it was that was all the money that we had to our name, except for about $15. Um, but the shipping on the stuff from China. Said that it was going to be here very fast, and I was a lot more trusting
They
than
must have had high seas or something to come
I,
over here.
I was a lot more trusting than I should have been. So um, the machines didn't show up in the time that they were supposed to. I had to hustle our money back and get it back so I could pay bills and such. And then machines finally came in. And one of the guys that I worked with doing electrical work um, was more than happy to let me tattoo him, which I thought was great, kind of silly, but great because this guy didn't know if I could do what I was claiming that I could do. And to be completely honest, I didn't either. I was running off a lot
Just
of
raw dogging it, huh?
hopes and dreams,
Yeah.
you
Oh
know.
yeah.
But I was confident. You know,
Yeah.
I had a lot of confidence in myself that I could do this because I've done it without machines. Machines are supposed to make it a little easier.
Mhm.
So I tattooed my homeboy that I worked with, and it was a very um, mediocre tattoo. It wasn't great. He loves it. You know, still to this day, every time I see him, you know, he brings it up. Hey, you know, you remember when? Yeah, bro, I remember. And but he's he still loves the tattoo. You know, it's one of those things that I often kind of forget about that as mediocre or remedial or whatever that tattoo may be, that it may not be the most fun thing in the world for me to do. You know, that tattoo still means a lot to that person. You
Yeah.
know, and tattoos, you know, kind of forget about that. You know, and we got to make sure that we remember that this tattoo is, like I said, as typical as it may be. That's the tattoo that they saved up for, that they
Mhm.
thought about for however long, and they want you to do it.
Yeah.
You know,
It's gonna
so
be on their body.
that's it. You know, and that's a really cool experience that not a lot of people in this world have.
Yeah.
You know, and I get to be there through everybody's, you know, through half of everybody's story.
Mhm.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
that's fun.
yeah,
So
That's what we are talking about earlier, like that perspective. Because I don't know if you can relate to this, Adam, but I know sometimes you're like, okay, this is what I do for a living. I tattoo, and like we were talking about how being humbled earlier, like, okay, this is what we do. We sit, we're so used to sitting in front of camera, we kind of lost sight of like the people we were talking to pouring out their hearts, and you're like you just said, these people have saved their money, they've thought about this. This is very important. This is a significant event in their life that I'm
yeah,
about to tattoo on them, and it just kind of brings you back of like why you're doing it and why you enjoy doing it,
yeah,
and be appreciative and grateful for that, man. You know.
yeah. I mean, I've done all kinds of art over the years, and this is by far the most meaningful kind of art that I've ever done. This is the one that gives back, you
yeah,
know, to me, anyways. And I know it gives back to a lot of people because I see it in their face, you know, when I get done doing something, you know, and I'm like, cool. It's a
yeah,
good feeling, you know.
yeah. You get to sit
So,
back and check out what you did, and
yeah,
and see other people's faces, man. Like I know that's gratifying in my work too. Just getting done with some people, like doing remodels or something. They walk in to their brand new kitchen. You know what I mean? That's their
right,
hard earned money
right.
that they get to come in and they see, and they trust you with doing it. Like, and that's it's gratifying, man. Like I like that feeling. It might suck through the times, like you said. Sometimes you don't want to do it.
Well, it still works sometimes.
Yeah,
Don't get me
Mm-hmm.
wrong.
yeah,
It's still very tiring, you
that's what I'm
know, and
saying. And then it's that those moments you get with people that like they're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like you can see they're happy,
yeah,
and like that's where I what I love about what I do too is just that that sincereness of people, just like wow, that you got to turn their dream into reality,
Yeah.
and that's just the coolest part to me. So it's like, and that's why I continue to do what I do, and it sounds like that's what you do too. I mean, and that's to some people don't. Not a lot of people have that feeling. They go home or they go work, they clock in. Me and Chris talk about it all the time. They clock in, and you work for the man, and like people are miserable because, in a honest sense, you're going to make other people rich, and
You
like,
are.
yeah,
You are.
and
And they don't
you
get any
know,
satisfaction
no,
Yeah.
out of
you're doing
life
the same thing every day, you
day
know,
in, day out.
yeah, and it's like,
And
and
look, we're not saying there's nothing wrong with that. Some people
no,
like that. I mean, but I'm saying I can't. I'm not going to live like that for the rest of my life.
no,
You
and I'm
know?
not trying to say, I wasn't trying to say
No, no,
that,
no. I'm not saying you are, but
yeah,
just for those watching or whatever, there's nothing wrong with
no,
that.
if it makes you happy too, do it,
Yeah.
like, but if it doesn't, like, you can change it, you can change it. You can do anything in this world, but but that's the biggest key is what I'm trying to say is like, do what makes you happy because, not a lot of people do that and they get stuck. I did. I got stuck in my life, man. That's what sent me into addiction. It's just,
Yeah.
and then I got stuck and I didn't know how to climb out of it. And then
Couldn't
I
get
got,
satisfaction
yeah,
Yeah.
then I just got sucked into this black hole of
Yeah.
nothingness.
trying to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thought the things I was doing was making me happy and it was making me more miserable.
Miserable. Yeah. Because you're just numb, or I was numbing myself out just
Oh, I
because
was,
of my reality. It sucked
yeah,
so bad. I was just trying to get away from that, man.
yeah.
You know?
It's like, man, and that I feel like that's the key to a lot of people's issues is like so they get stuck in this and they don't think that they can get out of it, and like you really can, and
Yeah.
it's
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 hard.
hard,
It's
yeah,
hard. I don't know about you, Adam, but was it easy? Was it an easy road for you?
No, um, and it, I kind of fell into a lot of the pitfalls of the the lifestyle that I thought I wanted to live, or the lifestyle that I looked up to
Yeah.
at the time, and it was with the tattoo industry at that time. And it was I was in love with the tattoo industry and what it looked like, and what it, you know, sex, drugs, and rock and roll at that time, and
Yeah.
that's exactly what I signed up for. And I didn't necessarily watch. I didn't keep my eye on the prize of I should be thinking about the art and stuff like that. It become about the party
Yeah.
sometimes, and I got
yeah,
lost in that. And it took a little bit to come back. And coming back from that was that was a very long, hard road. And it's a road that I still, you know, I still deal with every day. I think about some of those same things that I was doing daily.
yeah,
Yeah.
They're still they still pop up every now and then.
Mhm.
I'm like,
yeah,
nope, nope, nope.
yeah,
Can't
Mhm.
can't be doing those things. I'm past that.
Yeah.
As far as um, I'm on pure willpower.
Yeah.
These
yeah.
days. So
So like with your past too, like not to get deep or whatever, but
If you're
is
comfortable.
yeah, no, and I'm not gonna even ask like intrusive question, but like with your past, like were you saying like it's brought up and stuff, like are you saying like they just because of what happened in your past, like those things just kind of come back every once in a while?
well, it's just the same. Um, my body still or my brain still remembers.
Yeah,
That hey, if I'm having a bad day, I know what will fix that.
Oh
right.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm like, no, nope, nope.
Yeah.
And I concentrate more on work. Put my head down. And get back to what I got to focus on these days.
Yeah.
Um, but it's still something that's there. And I've been clean for years. Been good for years. Um, but it's still something that I often think about. But these days, I'm very confident in knowing that I have the willpower and the um, people who count on me to stay
Hmm.
clean. That
The accountability almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that thought or um, knowing that somebody counts on me. My wife and kids. That's what means more to me than doing whatever else.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's the thing that keeps me clean and stuff every day.
Yeah.
But like I said,
Do you feel comfortable sharing with us, man, about like how you mitigate some of that, or like how do you get through that?
I'll talk a little bit about it. I'm not.
If you're not comfortable, that's why I just
No,
asked
no,
you if
no,
you're
no.
comfortable. You know.
I'm comfortable with talking about it, but this my story and the way I did things is not typical.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think that's important for
Yeah, and so I didn't go through any type of coordinated program or the big book or anything like that. And those are good for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It just wasn't how I did it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And like I said, my story is not typical. I'm not condoning any of the things that I did per se, but that's what worked for me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um, my my drug of choice, back when was opiates.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, I used opiates because I'd been in a wreck when I was younger that was pretty rough on me.
Hmm.
Um,
You still
broke.
feel it to this day, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's
Yeah.
something
Hmm.
I feel every morning when I
Yeah.
wake up. That's the first thing. That's the first thing that I feel and think about. Um, but I I don't use, like I said, it's not a thing that I don't I don't put that much thought in the things that I used to do.
Right.
Hmm.
Now, the things that I used to do, would be like I said, take opiates and stuff like that to mitigate whatever pain I had. And of course, I had no prescription, so I was self medicating.
Yep.
Hmm.
And self medicating, is not necessarily the best thing in the world,
Yeah.
um, because eventually you wind up doing more than you can handle or more than you should,
Hmm.
and then problems occur.
Yeah.
You know, so excuse me. I When I decided to get clean, I I got clean with the help of um, using marijuana,
Hmm.
Yeah.
cannabis, um, and that helped me, deal with um, coming off of the opiates, with some of the withdrawal symptoms and stuff like that. Because those, if you've never been there, those are not fun.
Do not
Yeah.
recommend.
I don't wish those, my
Mm.
worst enemy.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
bad,
It
man.
can be brutal for a lot of people.
Hmm.
Um, and using cannabis helped me out a lot with that. And after I wound up, getting clean and not having any opiates in my system, I was able to kind of look back on some of the things that I was doing and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, this is this is self destructive.
Mhm.
Hmm.
This is bad behavior.
Yeah.
And that was something that seemed to come with it. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
You don't realize it while it's happening.
no, it
It's
was.
like that, like you said, Chris, a few minutes ago. It's the numbness of it, like because all you're being so self centered to you. You know, like you hurt other people and you don't even think about it until afterwards. Like when we do get sober, then it's
Oh
like
yeah,
those moments where you're just like, what the heck did I just do? Like,
yeah,
what did I do? What was I doing? Like,
yeah,
it's
Why did I
embarrassing.
think that was a good idea?
yeah.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know, it really is. I feel like that's where a lot of people don't want to get sober is because they don't want to remember, you know, or they're scared to
And
in a
look, I don't
way.
want to remember being now. I
Yeah,
don't shoot. I did. I don't know about y'all, but I did some foul things,
yeah,
and
like
it sucks
yeah,
to sit there and have to like because I tell Chase all the time, and I blurt out cuss words sometimes. I'll have intrusive thoughts and stuff, and I'll just like shake my head
he'll be
physically with my hands. I'm
he'll
like, get out of my head.
he'll be working with me, dude, and like, you know, I work around a lot of power tools, so he'll blurt out some things we won't say on this podcast,
Yeah,
but I'll come around the corner. I'm like, what? He's like, nothing. I'm just thinking about something. And he's like, get out of your head, Chris. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm
they
kind of used
will.
to it now, but you know, when you hear those kinds of words, you're like, what happened? Like, it's like,
It's just like thoughts in my head, man. It's like stuff that I've done or like just crazy stuff I've told people, dude. I'm like, what the hell, Chris? Why would you even say, or why would you even think that was a good idea?
yeah,
That's it. I'll often have memories of past instances. You know, something will come up or something like that, and I'll be walking down the hallway or something, just laugh. You know, people are like, "What are you laughing about?" I can't tell you.
yeah,
Yeah,
I can't tell you. You know, and it's a funny story. You know that would be funny to me. You know,
right,
in the moment. You know, stuff like that if you were there type of
right.
deal. But as far as like looking back on things, I'm like, oh, I would not choose to do that. I probably wouldn't do that over again.
mm,
You know,
Yeah,
the same way. You
yeah.
know, that was kind of silly. That was kind of dangerous, or you
Well,
know,
it's funny because we had a guy on Matt. He was like, you know, at the end before we got done, he's like, you know, we're telling stories, and he's like, you know, that probably wouldn't be funny to a normal person, but you know, to us that understand, you know, it's like it's funny, like but to a normal person that's never gone through it, it's not. It's like I don't know, just the craziness. It's not even that funny sometimes. It's just crazy. It's like, what the heck? Like,
well,
I know, man. We busted out laughing one time. I was in detox at UAB with a guy who had schizophrenia, and
oh boy.
he would in the shower curtain he'd go and take it off the pole and wear it as a cape,
yeah,
and he'd be butt naked, and he would stand up on
Party guy.
yeah, he would stand up on the windowsill because he thought he was Batman, you know.
I'm
Like,
Batman.
yeah, I just thought it was hilarious.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
my
that's
dude,
hilarious.
I told you about the my detox experience, didn't I? With the chick, dude. Oh my gosh, man. She was like, I wasn't even there for an hour, and you remember old Frank?
Oh yeah.
Dude, he was sitting there. We're sitting there watching TV, bro, and I'm like settling in, and like this chick, like she comes out of the room, and you know she's about to
Something's about to pop off.
something. Like you can see it in her eyes, bro, and like, and again, bro, like I don't want people to experience this because the whole time I was there, it was she went night night. We'll just say that every time she would wake up, and I felt so bad for her. But like, dude, so I get there and like we're sitting there watching TV. I'll get up so y'all can see. So I'm sitting right by you. Frank's right there. There's a table in the middle of us. Okay, we're watching TV. You see this chick come out and like her eyes, bro. She's just looking like she's wanting to mess somebody up. This dude's on the phone. She grabs the dude, beats him upside the head with the phone, slams the phone down. He's like, ah. Dude, she comes walking towards me and Frank, and I'm like, oh my god. She hops on the table like a gargoyle and just like, ah, and jumps off and starts running, dude. And they start freaking out. They're like, oh, we got a code 1700 Ford. We got to get everybody, dude. There's 20 people that take down this little woman, bro. And like, it was nuts. And I'm talking about every time she woke up, she went night night.
Yeah, she went right back
Cause
to sleep.
oh, dude, like they would try to feed her, and she'd just grab her food and just flip it up in the air, dude, and was just went berserk. It was the craziest thing I've ever. And then there's another dude. He was hyped up on some methamphetamines,
Oh,
and
methamphetamine shuffle, huh?
yeah, you don't have much when you go in there. You get a blanket,
No
and
pillow.
no pillow,
No pillow. They don't give you a pillow. They just give you
no
a paper thin blanket, dude.
cold.
Cold, yes.
You can hear everything in your
Yes.
room. It's the most
can't even-
uncomfortable bed. And so I'm sitting there and I'm trying to sleep, man. And this dude comes hop up, son. And he's walking in he kept walking in my room, and I'm I'm detoxing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, getting pissed. Like, and this dude will not stop. He comes in, he's got a shirt on at first, and the second time, comes in with no shirt, and just opens my door and looks at me, and then would slam it shut. And I'm like, ah. And you can hear him, he's right across the hall from me. And he's sitting there the whole time, and he's just like, I finally got up to go to the bathroom, dude, and like the dude's just like in his doorway, like tweaking out, and like, but I'll get back in my room, and all of a sudden he gets his bright idea to start opening and closing his door, but he does it real slow because when the door opens, it's like the creepiest thing I've ever heard.
Sounds of the hallway.
Yeah, it's just the longest one, and then we back it out and go, and then as soon as it get close, boom, slam it, and then you'd hear, dude, for hours, man. And I was like, please get this dude. Like, it was so crazy. And like, I don't know. He came in looking for his phone. You know, you don't get your phone. He's like, dude, I swear, I put it right here. I was charging it, like just trying to, everything's bolted down in there. So he's trying to lift up the couches, bro, the chairs. You can't lift it. And he's like checking under it, and I'm like,
they're bolted to the floor.
They're bolted to I'm like,
to the floor.
He's like,
He's
dude,
still lifting them up.
yeah, no, he's trying. He's trying. Like he cannot get these things up, bro. He's getting pissed, and like he's sitting there. He like looks at me. He's like, did you touch my phone? My phone was right here charging. I'm like, dude, I didn't touch your phone. There's no phone. Like he's like, he come walking back. Try it again. He's like, asking the nurse. He's like, what did y'all do with my phone? My phone was right here. I need to make a phone call, man. Like, I gotta make a phone call. I'm like, dude, you don't have your phone. Like, and it was just, it's one thing after another. And then old girl would wake up, and the whole commotion, bro. It was it was nonstop. I was there for like 3 or 4 days. I don't remember, but oh my god, what scared me was Frank. As we're sitting
Frank
there,
was chill too. He was
dude, me and him
chill.
would just sit there and watch movies. They trusted us enough where we just sat there and watched
Like
movies.
trustee status.
Yeah. Well, I was like, yes, sir. Like, I was like, yes, sir. Like, just give me the remote so I can watch a movie. And but dude, she would wake up and like they're like, oh, you got to get back to your room because they're coming to jab this woman. You know what I mean? There's 20 of them. And like, I'm like, what do you?
damage, fellas?
I'm like, what do you want me to do? My room's all the way down there. Like, they're like, just stay where you're at. They're like, hide in the corner. And I'm like, like, it was intense, dude. Because she'd be running up and down the hallways, right? And I was
Was she
like,
fast?
she was fast. She was fast, boy.
Faster than a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Was she strong?
It took like 20 of them, bro.
Dang, dude, they call reinforcements.
Dude, they called reinforcements. Like every time.
I don't know how many they had, but they used all of them.
every single one.
Yeah, that
But
Thorazine put somebody out, don't
if she didn't wake
it? That
up,
Thorazine, you know what I'm talking about? They hit you
I've
with
heard
that,
about it.
hit you with that Thorazine, you done. I don't
she
care who you are. The Hulk, they'll give you the Hulk. The Thorazine will put you out.
look,
So.
she took the longest naps I've ever seen somebody take.
She went to sleep.
She went night night, cause it wasn't sleep.
I wish they would have gave that to me, dude. They gave me like a Benadryl and some water.
They're like,
They're like, all right, buddy.
please,
Please help me.
yeah.
Please help me.
Oh, dude, but yeah, that was probably
Like, here's some Advil and here's some water and here's
because
some Benadryl.
I think I came in or something like right before
I went
or
to
right
the
after.
hospital.
Yeah,
I
right.
would have had to go to the hospital.
I'm pretty sure I was in the waiting room like when you were going to the hospital because they're like, oh, we got some dude, and like my mom was there. She was like freaking out. She's like, what? Like, I'm pretty sure it was you. I'm pretty sure that was you. Yeah. Needs to say, he's my best friend now.
Yeah, dude.
But dude, it was there's man talking about the stories of getting sober, buddy. They're not pretty.
No, it's miserable, dude.
They're not pretty.
I don't know anybody that has any good ones.
No,
Like,
like
they all become happy stories after.
yeah,
But you gotta go through hell, dude.
But you gotta
Yeah.
get to you gotta get past those stories for you to be able to look back on them and be like, okay, these are kind of funny. We can laugh about these.
yeah.
You know.
Like I've got some. Yeah, I mean, it's just gnarly stuff. And I mean, and you go back and I think about it and stuff. Especially now, like I'm sober, like sober, and
Like real sober.
yeah, like real sober. And I'm just like, dude, I never want to experience that again. Like it was traumatizing, bro.
Yeah.
Like you go in there, you're like dressed out. There's no windows. I'll tell you this, man,
Yeah, there's no windows.
dude. There are, but they're fake.
Yeah.
And
They have
so
a light in them to make it look like the sunlight's coming in, but it's
yeah,
a light.
and dude, that hit me. Like the first night I like got there, I woke up and I was like, I just want to see outside. And then you look at the window, you're like, oh my god.
This is not even a window?
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, where am I? I was like, and then it just talking about claustrophobia, dude. I've never like really
Because you're only like
experienced
in
it.
a wing. Everything's locked.
Yeah, everything. And it's just like, oh my gosh. And you just like you sit
And the
there.
nurses are behind, like, like when you're in the pod, like the COs are like in the
Yeah.
like the dome.
Yeah.
That's like what the nurses are, dude. Like in this 3/4 inch plexiglass
Yeah.
station.
In like jail, at least you get some slides or something. But like
Yeah.
like you're in
You still walk
socks.
about the pod. You know what I mean?
You're like in socks and like, oh dude, and I hate being barefoot and like
Oh, you're in the grippy socks. Yeah, you're in
Yeah.
the grippy socks.
oh dude, it was
You know what I'm talking about.
it was
I've heard.
terrible, dude. I
It's not fun.
no,
Mm-mm.
it was just mm-mm.
I wouldn't like to be barefooted. Like I don't like to be barefooted anywhere but home
Yeah,
or like out in the woods.
yeah, yeah, or like
Everywhere else is gross. to
at
me.
the beach. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, like out in nature. You know what I mean? Like anywhere else, like commercial or other people can walk with shoes on. Nope.
no,
Imagine like being in a porta potty at a I don't know, a hippie fest barefoot.
yeah,
That's what it
Hey,
feels
imagine
like.
a porta potty in Bonnaroo.
Yes.
and then walking
This-
in barefoot.
And then walking barefoot. That's what it feels like.
Everybody's seen it too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Like-
it irks me on another level.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. And then I knew I really was where I was at because this guy, I was talking about the program I was going into, and like this dude, like, is sitting there on the tables, like where we eat, and like he heard me, and like it's like right after he took his meds, bro, and like, dude, he's sitting there, and like he's like, and it kind of freaked me out because like my head's on a swivel, bro, and I'm like, he goes, hey. And I was like, what? Like, I was like, what's up, man? He's like, so, you're going to the farm, right? It's a good place, man. I was like, okay, cool, yeah.
You didn't know
He's
where you were going before in there?
And well, I kind of knew, but I didn't. And he's sitting there like, and I mean, I'm talking about this. He's like sitting there, and he's like looking at me, and he's like, yeah, man, I've never really got sober in a detox place. It's always been in like jail or something. And he's like, they really, they really dope you up, and he goes and sat there staring for 4 hours, dude. I sat there and watched 3 movies, and the dude just sat there. I don't think he blinked, and I was like, I gotta get out of here. Get me out of here. I gotta get out of here, man. Chris,
You gotta get me out of here.
get me out of here, man. I gotta
Get
get out of here, dude.
bro.
I was freaking out. I was like, what is that guy? I was like, oh my gosh, dude. It was bad. I was like, I wouldn't take anything,
You kept refusing your meds. I took everything they would give me.
dude.
If they would just dunk the freaking thing over.
Dude.
I'm like, give me all your medicines.
I was
dude.
I thought I might get like trapped or something in there. Like they're gonna keep. This is what was going on in my mind, dude. I'm like, they're gonna keep me. That's where I was going. Frank, he's like, dude. They've been telling me for days that I was gonna leave. I was like, how long you been here, dude? He's like, it's going on 8 days, and I was like, what? And like that's the max you can be there,
Was
like
that days?
6 to 8 or whatever it was. And I was like, what? And he's like, they won't let me out, dude. I was like, oh my god. I was like, I'm gonna be here forever,
I'm
man.
freaking out, man.
I was like, they're like, here, take this. I'm like, no. Like, no. Like, they're like, you need to take this. I'm like, I'm like, no. Get away from them.
You know, they give you those little cups.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I'm like, I'm like, what's this? They're like, this will take the edge off. And I'm like, I don't want it. They're like,
My edge is pretty sharp. I want to keep it that way.
yeah, I'm like,
I'm pretty aware of everything crazy. that's
Yeah,
going on
it's like,
right
I don't-
now.
I don't want to be. I don't. You see that guy? I don't want to be that guy. Like, I was like, get me out of here, dude. Like, I don't like this.
Nah, dude.
But I wouldn't. Like, the only thing I took, I think, is blood pressure medicine because my blood pressure
Oh,
was
yeah.
spiked,
Especially coming
son.
off alcohol, dude.
Yeah, they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. Like, I'm okay. Like trying to like hide the shakes. I'm like I got no pockets. Like,
And they give you those stupid scrubs that are like way too big. You
Oh.
can't even keep your pants off. Dude.
look at me, dude. I had to tuck my scrubs in.
For what?
So like my shirt, and like I was just walking around like all crazy, man. I was like all gangster, rolled up my.
Did you
my-
put the blanket around you?
I was rolled up my pant legs. I'm like holding them up. You know what I mean? Like, with my grippy socks. Like,
Yeah, you could really get some. You could do some good juke moves.
Oh, dude.
You know?
yeah, I didn't try, but I saw that chick, dude. She was killing it. She was, D1.
She's getting super.
it's like,
grilly.
sign her up, dude. She's D1 running back. Like, if there's a woman that needs to be in the NFL, it's her.
It's her, dude.
Like,
Just don't give her meds.
don't give her meds,
Don't
bro.
give her meds.
She will score you 20 touchdowns, bro. Like,
She's the woman Forrest Gump, dude.
yeah. Oh, dude, it was crazy. And I'm not making fun of nobody.
Pointer in the right direction.
Yes. Like, we're on that way.
Yeah. Like-
Yeah. We're trying to make you take your meds. Get away from
Yeah. She's
They
like,
got whatever it is you want down there.
Yeah.
down there.
she be gone.
Yeah. they're
You
not-
wouldn't catch her.
No. The all-pro NFL team will not tackle this woman.
No. Like, you could be Ray Lewis, and like, she's trucking him.
She's freaking right there.
Like, I saw the biggest dude, like, there. Like, and he couldn't even handle her. Like, she was slipping out of this dude's grip.
What, she put Vaseline on?
Dude, I have no idea, but
She was just detoxing, sweating that bad they couldn't get all over.
yeah, something, bro. Something.
Like, what's wrong with you? It's the methamphetamine coming out of me. But it's like
Splitting it up, she's flicking it back off her hand.
Yeah. She's freaking
she's
out.
double high.
Yeah. The shot won't even work. Like, I mean, this is crazy. Like,
Yeah, this is true. It's true fact.
if you don't want to experience this, don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah.
Or women or men. whoever we're talking to.
Yeah.
Just don't do drugs.
Just don't do drugs.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, it's like I'm laughing about it, but bro, I'm telling you that
It's traumatic,
it
dude.
was
The
traumatic.
only reason I laugh
Son.
about it because it was traumatic.
I know, and like, cause
I mean,
I got to
you're
laugh or I'll
depressed.
cry, man. It's like I was like, like,
Yeah, dude.
cause I mean, dude, I was like, like that's a feeling I'll never forget. Literally, I will never forget that
I
feeling.
just remember like being afraid, dude. And if you remember me from my detox experience, I just want to apologize to you out there because I was an absolute asshole to these people, dude. I'm like, no, I want this cup to be full
Yeah,
with all the medications.
yeah,
They're like, sir, do you want some water? I'm like, nah, dude. I was just straight up dry swallowing all these pills.
like, just get me feeling right.
Yes, dude.
Oh, dude, nah,
I was about to cry and shit my pants at the same time, dude.
yeah,
That's rough.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
like cry tears are coming down your face. You're like, oh god, I gotta go to the bathroom.
like
It's the worst, dude. It's the worst. Man.
oh, dude, yeah, the bathrooms and they don't have regular doors.
Dude,
They just got like the stick-on doors, man.
the Velcro door.
Oh,
They had the
God.
Velcro doors.
Dude, they had the
They're
Velcro
bats,
doors.
This like huge, but they bend. They're not a real. It's not a real door.
Oh, wow.
Dude, I was.
You know the mats you put down for gymnastics?
Yeah.
That's what the door was.
Yeah,
With Velcro on
with
it.
Velcro, and like if you didn't do it right, it would fall,
Dude. Yeah, it
and
would
you're just
fall.
like, ah, dude.
I didn't care, bro. I was at the point that I didn't care, Dave.
Well, like, but you got these people, bro, and they'll like, they go in the bathroom to like escape. So like, dude, one time.
Oh, and the toilets, they're straight up metal toilets,
Yeah.
bro.
Like in jail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a straight up metal toilet.
Well,
And the toilet paper's just laying in the floor because there's no toilet paper holder.
yeah.
Because they're afraid somebody's going to take it and beat the shit out of somebody with
Yeah.
it. You know?
Oh, dude.
Oh,
God,
yeah,
it was terrible.
yeah. And you know, like, we've all been in jail. Haven't we? You've been in jail.
Yeah.
You know the little tables you sit at that are metal?
Yeah, it's built in the wall.
Yeah, no, these are built into the floor. They're like bolted down to the floor, but it's just stainless steel.
Oh, like out in.
It's like
Yeah,
there
yeah.
was what 3 of them right there by the phones in front of the nursing station.
Dude, I don't remember.
Where'd you go?
No, they're talking about detox. I'm not talking about jail.
Oh,
Okay, no.
Oh, yeah. There's, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's the same.
it's
Yeah.
the same. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's literally.
It's the same thing as
Yeah.
they have in jail. But we were sitting on that dude, and this dude was like, "Oh, stomach's hurting." Bro, you talking about ripping apart? He ricocheted this part off this metal effortlessly, bro. I'm talking about. I've never heard
Some metal too.
It's one of those. Burn.
Yeah, with the way he leaned it up and ricocheted. This part, bro, was epic, bro. I'm like, dude, he's done this a few times before. This dude knows how
He's
to.
practiced this angle.
Yes, he's definitely practiced this angle, bro. The way he did it, bro, to get maximum like echo and like really use the vibration of this metal, dude, was really, it's a work of art. You know,
Like, dude,
like, dude, that's pretty. You've done this a few.
you've done that.
He was like, oh, my stomach hurts.
Just,
Oh,
everybody thinks they're on lockdown. They're like, whoa.
oh my god. Oh,
Uh, yeah.
You know, it wasn't funny then, dude.
No.
But I was like, man, I wish I could fart because I was shit my pants off. And you don't have no underwear on. It's just straight scrubs and a shirt.
Literally. Dude, I literally wore mine or the same underwear I had because I didn't want to put on anything else. So I hid, like I had like my stuff on the whole time, bro.
How'd you hide it? They didn't strip search you?
Thank
Oh.
God.
They don't always. Every now and then, somebody gets through without being strip searched.
Yeah. Yeah.
Happens.
I was like,
They strip search me, bro.
so every time like I would shower, I would just like,
Well,
like,
I take that back. Everybody gets strip searched, but not to the extent
Yeah.
that everybody else
Let
does.
me pull out my wiener.
They make you do it all. I mean, when you go to big boy jail,
Oh yeah.
they treat you.
uh,
It's different.
Yeah.
oh, buddy,
They don't play games about it.
No.
not fun.
0 would recommend, dude.
Yeah.
No. I gave him a 1-star review on Airbnb.
Yeah.
It was a horrible stay. I did enjoy it.
Food's terrible.
It was
Yeah.
horrible. They had other
The,
guests that were there.
yeah.
They didn't tell me about it.
Yeah. No.
How to share a room.
Shit,
A
really.
lot of people.
Oh gosh.
That's funny, dude.
Oh my God.
10 out of 10 do not recommend.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 do not recommend, man.
I don't think we've ever brought these stories out. So
No. We haven't. It's time,
people who are watching, this is the first for you. This is real stuff.
Yeah.
Real talk.
This is
Real talk.
life. This really happened.
Yeah. Not fun. Oh.
Thank you for laughing. I'm trying to be tough, but does not feel good. Hold on. This is not like a
I
You're
thought-
doing
masseuse.
great, by the way.
Yeah. This is not. I'm not at the masseuse, guys. I'm trying to be tough and everything, but it's definitely.
Just laughing the pain away.
Yeah, laughing the pain away. Kind of has to do with my trauma going to detox.
Yeah. Oh, dude. That was
I definitely needed that.
I remember calling like each of my family members. I was just like on the phone. I'm like,
And the phone,
dude, the phone, you can't.
The cords is short, dude.
So you're like this, like the thing's like right here. So you're like this. You're just like in the middle of everybody's looking at you. You're like, get me out of here, please. Like, when have you talked to anybody? Did they say Frank's been here for 17 days? Like, please don't tell me I'm here for that long.
Oh.
Like, did they let you out of here? I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Golly, man. Yeah, that's just like,
I didn't tell you that, Chase. I got out. Like, I did 4 days in detox. On my 4th day, I got out. And I got back. I went back to my mom's house. And the meds were off, and I was like in full blown detox again.
yeah.
And my mom freaking takes me back. I was like, Mom, what are you doing? She's like, you're going back to detox, Chris.
How you feel about that now?
Oh, dude, I'm freaking so thankful, man. I'm so thankful for a mother and a family, not just a mother, a family that, man, at the time, dude, I was freaking pissed, dude. Like,
Oh, yeah.
As
not
anybody
like-
in that situation would be.
dude, I was so bitter at them and like resentful. I know that sounds crazy, but when you're, because I don't know, and for anybody watching, I don't know if you've ever went through withdrawals, but in that time, you're literally insane. Seriously, like I could not. I mean, I was
Oh yeah.
like I was literally. I could not think rationally.
Yeah.
Because I did not sleep for probably 3 or 4 days. Throwing up, diarrhea, couldn't eat anything, dehydrated.
It's not a pretty thing.
No, I mean, it's miserable. And then you take all that, so you're not thinking straight. And I mean, honestly, the only thing I wanted to do was get some dope in my body. And if it was not being, if it was not for my mother, my brother, my family, who were like, look, this is what you're going to do, Chris, then I don't know if I'd be in this chair talking to you.
That's what I was
Yeah.
about to ask you if you think you would have done it again.
Ask yes, because in that moment, you know how bad you feel.
Yeah.
And Chase, I can go through like you're like I know one thing that will take the
Oh
instantly.
yeah.
It'll take it
Yeah.
away
Oh
instantly.
yeah.
Yeah.
And in that moment right then, I would have freaking I don't know. I probably would have overdosed, man, because I was in so much pain, physical pain, and mental anguish. Because I know we talk about the physical pain a lot through detoxing, but it's like the depression, the anxiety, the helplessness, the hopelessness.
That's hard.
You
Yeah.
cannot, when I say you're in the pits of hell, I cannot, words cannot articulate the feeling, the emotional depravity that you're in at that moment, man.
Yeah.
And it's not like it passes. It took me months to like start walking out of that. Because yeah, once you get over the physical pain of your body, purging that or the dope in your system, then you have to deal with like all the depression associated with it, all the
Mm-hmm.
anxiety associated with it, all those emotions that you coped with using that drug that you're not having anything in your body now. You
Yeah.
Yeah.
know?
For a lot of years, I I used opiates, and it was one of those things where I used it to numb stuff, and sometimes it was physical pain, and sometimes it was mental. And even after I got cleaned up and stuff like that, that was one of the things that I had to learn how to deal with differently
Yeah.
because
Mm-hmm.
those issues were still there.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know,
They don't just go away.
no, it didn't. That part didn't go away at all. And I had to learn how to do things differently to be able to cope and different coping mechanisms to be able to handle that and not go back to the same things that I was doing beforehand. Because it's very easy to pop back into the same situations and doing the same things over again because we get very comfortable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As bad and depraved as those things that happened, when we were using and stuff like that. At the time, we were very comfortable doing it.
Oh yeah.
You know, so
And what I was doing wasn't a problem to me.
yeah.
But yeah, dude. I told you that, Chris. I guess not you, Adam, but I did. When you asked me, I didn't if I knew where I was going. I just didn't know how long. So like,
Oh yeah.
I'm
He
on
thought he was going for 30 days. He thought he was going to do a 30-day
it's
program.
yeah.
Like, no, 6 months, buddy.
And I was
Oh, oh
and
wow.
and I was like, oh, freaked out. I
Mm.
freaked out. I was like, and I wasn't told until like we were pulling up, pretty much. I was like, what? Huh?
Who took you?
My mom.
Mom.
Yep. Yep. And I wasn't very nice, but
Most people aren't.
yeah.
When they go through that, a lot of times, that can be some of the meanest that they've ever been in their life, and you say a lot of hurtful things, in the moment that hope, hopefully, you know, you see you have a moment of clarity and you see where that wasn't
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now I'm so
that wasn't
appreciative.
called for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm so appreciative of it. But like in that moment when you're going through all that, you cannot see. You're inundated with all these emotions,
Yeah.
and you're like, "How could you do this to me?" It's like you feel betrayed in a sense.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it's like
Oh yeah.
they betrayed their loyalty to
Yeah,
you almost, but
but they're not. They're because they
they're
love you. That's
showing you their
love.
loyalty.
Exactly,
Yeah.
showing how much they love you.
Yeah, because if not, they let you do the same things
Yep.
over and over and kill yourself.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah. That's the Oh, but I don't know, man. It was one of those eye-opening things where I say this. It's funny because how pissed I was, and then we pulled up, and then I kind of had a moment where I was like, "All right, do it." Now you got to do it.
You
So
accepted it.
you can, yeah, and like I kind of like got my bags and stuff and put them. They showed me where I was sleeping, and then I just took a moment for myself because everybody was kind of gone during the day, so I like got to sit back and like okay, dude, well you can either go at this positive or negative, and that point on I chose positive, and then but then there's that whole experience. There's a lot to test,
Yeah.
and it taught me a lot.
How many? How many times did you go through a program, or
That
just
was my
once?
once.
Okay.
I should have gone through probably
Okay.
several, but um, no, that was my one. Right,
Okay.
knock on wood. But
No, no. I mean, it's great. As far as it seems like it, it's doing great. You know what
yeah,
I mean? As far as
yeah.
I
No, I
had,
mean it was definitely an eye opening experience for real, man. I it taught me a lot of what I needed. I needed that 6 months that of getting my mind back because I was losing it, man.
yeah,
Because Adam, like, I mean,
Mhm.
before the reason one of like, well, I was a drug addict, alcoholic, and but two, the right before like the day before I went to detox, like I was about to kill myself.
yeah,
So I was in a dark, dark, dark place,
yeah.
and so my mind, I was, my mom was gone. Like I was losing it, and it was just I yeah. To this day, man, I'm very appreciative of it. I got that help. I needed it. Now I know I needed it. At the time, obviously no, but yeah, it was one of those things, man. It's I get it for a lot of people. They think that 6 months or whatever these programs are that I don't have time for this, and but what's 6 months of your life,
Oh,
He's saving your
I
life.
spent a lot more than 6 months doing,
Yeah,
doing
that
drugs.
well
Oh
yeah, I
yeah.
had a
You
whole
know, and that
15
was easy.
15
Mhm.
years. Yeah,
Yeah, that was extremely easy.
yeah,
You know, it seemed looking back on it, it literally seems like it went by in a blur.
yeah,
Because some of those things are,
yeah,
seem very blurry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they were. I
But
don't I don't remember a lot, dude. Like I go like I know I've had the times I had, but like I go back, man. And I'm like I can't remember a lot of things. I'm like,
yeah,
and it sucks because that's like my whole 20s, bro. Like like I was like my 20s, like going into that, it was like I don't remember a lot of my 20s. It's just really sad to say. So it's and that's what's very humbling for me today is like I get to make memories and remember them
yeah.
and live them fully. Like I can actually, we're raw dogging it, baby,
Raw dog and life, baby.
and that right there is what honestly drives me, you know. And like with your work, like we've talked about, is I'm better. If I'm not better at it, I'm getting better at what I do
Oh yeah.
every day. At life, at my work, at me being who I really am, figuring out who I really am, and that's all I gotta do, And that's a step by step, day by day process.
Nowadays, as far as I've cleaned up and I've got a different perspective on the way I look at things, different perspective on life. completely. And I, I'm happy that I cleaned up because of now everything is seems to be so much better. You know what I mean? Like I didn't think I could be this happy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what
Yep.
I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
when I was in my, you know, darkest of my times and stuff like that, like I thought that was it. You know, there is no light at
Yeah.
the end of the tunnel. It seemed like,
Yeah.
you know, but that's because I wouldn't change the stuff that I was doing. You
Yep.
know, I kept having the same self-destructive behavior and not doing the things I should have been doing and not focusing on the right things. Like if I would have focused on my artwork and stuff like I should have instead of doing the
Mm-hmm.
dumb things that I wound up doing, I would have been so far ahead.
Yeah.
Like I'd be 10 years ahead of myself right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I made some choices and I live with them now. And I'm, like I said, I've changed my life around and I'm very happy with where I'm at. And that's the best thing that could have come out of this besides, you know, me still being here. You know, that I finally get to be happy. You know, and that may have been the one thing that I was chasing the entire time type deal, but it was just you gotta quit.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
gotta you gotta stop doing this. The reason everything is going wrong and bad is because you keep doing this same things.
Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah.
The same self destructive behavior and most of the time we know that it's self destructive and even during some times that we were doing it. We're like,
Yeah.
probably shouldn't be doing it. Alright, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that.
Yeah.
That's like what people telling me all the time, like, where I should have listened, but I couldn't because I was so deep in this addiction of mine. Like, I would, they're like, man, I thought I had you. Like, you were listening so good. And then I would just go do the opposite thing as soon as we get done.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, just completely disregard of what advice somebody was giving me. And I would just go do the complete opposite of to do worse for myself. Like, and thought it was a great idea. And it's like, man,
Some of us learn the hard way.
yeah,
You know,
well,
that's what
That's the only way I know how to learn, buddy.
yeah,
that's that's apparently that's you know now I'm getting a little bit better. You know, it comes with
Yeah.
age and stuff like that. You
Yeah.
know, but it, that's the way I did it. You
yeah,
know, I did it the hard way.
My
You know,
dad used to
you
look
could
at
tell me
me.
anything.
He'd be like, "Hey," he'd tell me to do something. I'm like, "What?" He's like, "All right, learn the hard way." I'm like, "Okay." And dude, I would learn the hard. He's like, "I tried to tell you, Chris. I tried to tell you. You know."
It happens. Happens to a lot of us.
yeah,
Yeah. Like looking back to as a teenager, as a young adult, like my dad and mom tried to put me on so much game. It wasn't even funny, but I just didn't. I was too, I wouldn't say prideful. I was just ignorant. I thought I knew what was best. I just wanted to do my own thing. When I was like, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I want to do what's best for me."
yeah,
And they wanted,
They
what
were
was
telling you what was the best
best
for
for,
you.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And if I just could have just listened to half of that stuff, man, you know, because it's not like they were telling me what to do to try to control what I was doing. They're like, "Hey, we've made those mistakes before, Chris, and we're not telling you this because we don't want you to live your life and be your own person. We're telling you those things because something bad or something not good happened."
Yeah.
yeah,
You know, I can see that now being, you know, getting older and being a father and stuff like that. I see those lessons that were laid out in front of me that I just skipped right over.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, I can go back and see those specific times. Be like, if I would have listened about this would have happened.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Every
didn't
time,
listen. I had to learn the hard way. Now I'm living the hard way.
every
You
Mm-hmm.
time.
know, so
Yep.
every time.
And now I'm going to have to pay for those. Even though I'm living quote unquote the right way now, I'm still going to have to pay for those consequences for the next few years.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that happens. It's not easy. That's the biggest thing. This, as far as going through all of this, was not. It wasn't easy for me. You know, you said it wasn't easy for you. You
Mm.
know,
It's
but
literally the hardest thing I've ever had to do, Adam. Really maintaining that
yeah,
on a day to day thing.
that's that is a very very tough thing. For a lot of people. Myself included. As far as I think about some of the things that I did and was doing that I think about all the time. And I'm like, no, it's not me anymore.
Yeah.
It was somebody else, and he's gone. And this is who I am now. So, and that's where that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I like being clean. I like being clear headed.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
man, I didn't have that for a long time.
Yeah.
there was not a lot of clear headed thoughts, with me for a while. And, now these days, like it's what I mean. I didn't think it could be. It got better.
I remember like I was in college and in my mid 20s and stuff, even in my late 20s, I'd be drunk and high for like a couple of weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Going to bender,
Straight benders.
straight bender, and then you're like sober, and by day three, you're like you don't feel normal because your normal was being drunk and high for so long. You're like, what is this feeling?
Yeah.
What is this feeling?
Something's off.
Something's
Yeah.
off. And you don't know what it's off. I'm like, but you've been your status quo had been intoxication for so long that when you get back to quote unquote normal, it don't feel normal.
Yeah, nothing seems normal.
It don't feel because your perception has changed. And it took me a minute. And look, I'm still at times getting used to that normal
Yeah.
Yeah.
because like I said, for 13 years, that's all I knew.
Yeah.
Like my brain operated in some type of intoxicated state.
Yeah.
Whether it was alcohol, whether it was cocaine, whether it was opiates,
Yeah.
whatever it was, I was under the influence of chemicals constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Constantly. I could not operate with them or without them. I only could operate with them, I thought.
Yep.
And it's like something comes up now, I'm like, man, I don't even know how to like do this. Because for so long I would just get high instead of doing it.
Yep.
Or get drunk.
Ignore. Yeah.
Ignore it. Or
Yep.
push it. I mean, only thing I'm doing is exacerbating the problem, making it worse.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What a life.
Yeah. what a not fun existence that was.
Yeah.
It was fun 0.2% of the time.
That's where I was about to chime in. At the time, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie about that one bit. And then that fun just kept on and kept on and kept on, and then eventually, like, I got tired of having fun.
Yeah.
Like the having fun all the time got exhausting.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was having too much fun,
Yeah.
and that really
That's
That's the
when I.
thing.
that really was the thing.
Yeah. That's
I
when I
didn't think that was
started
gonna happen.
isolating. I just started drinking and doing things by myself
Yeah.
in my room.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like my roommate at the time literally would come open my door to check and make sure I was like okay.
Get proof of life from him.
Yeah. Or like I'd be sleeping. Because at this point I'm not going to work. I'm not doing anything. I'm literally waking up, drinking, sleeping. I literally wouldn't leave. if I left, I don't even know what I would do when I left. Like I would just go get more
Yeah.
whatever, and like come back,
Mm.
shut my door.
Yep. I just want to be by myself and
Yeah.
not out on the couch.
Yeah,
That's when you know it's getting out of hand.
yeah,
I didn't want nobody to mess
Yeah.
with me because it would mess up my nod.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Like, did you see yourself getting out of hand, or was it like brought up to you?
It was brought up.
I mean,
Like I would,
you kind of knew you were
like,
I
yeah.
know
I
what
mean,
life.
there was a point where I was like, I want to stop, but I can't.
Yeah.
But then I just,
A couple hours later, you leave.
yeah. Then it was, and that was a daily thing. And then I would just continue to drink, and I'd continue to do whatever. Like, okay, I would say I would leave because there at the end too. When I did get out, I did go. I would just go to the bars, and then sometimes with no money, I would just like. I guess I don't even want to know if I really call them friends. They are, but they would be like buying my stuff. You know what I mean? Like I would talk people in, like, "Oh yeah, I'll pay you back," and
The
like,
good old payback tomorrow.
I'll
yeah,
gladly pay you tomorrow.
yeah, got good at that.
Yeah.
And then it was just, it was, I don't know, man. And then I got a good old credit card one time, good old $6,000 worth,
Oh yeah.
and buddy, that was gone in less than 2 weeks. Literally, less
Oh
than.
wow!
Yeah, at the bar.
At the
Was
bar?
cocaine involved in
There was
that?
cocaine involved. Yeah,
Okay, all right,
for
that
sure.
makes a little bit more sense.
Was
Yeah.
women of the night involved?
There's a few.
Oh, okay.
There's a few.
Or women during the day?
Yeah. Depending on
Well,
what.
they drinking a lot too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
We didn't mean to put labels on anything.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. It was not good. There's a mixture of DoorDash in it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I had to eat.
You send it to the bar.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
get, like freaking chalupas from Taco Bell?
Every time.
Give me three Mexican
Oh, it's
pizzas.
open.
Yeah.
3 chalupas and a Mexican pizza.
Oh, buddy, no, that was like a good $80 worth
What?
every time through
From Taco Bell?
from Taco Bell.
For
Feeding
yourself?
everybody.
Yeah,
Would you want to feed everybody for real?
sometimes, yeah,
Just had to pay back on them beers.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
pay back the beers, pay back the copious amounts of cocaine, a lot,
It happens.
yeah, on credit,
On credit.
On credit.
On credit.
Even better.
yeah,
With interest.
Yeah.
29.99 APR on that, too.
yeah, easily, bro, easily. I was pretty smart.
Yeah, that's a good investment, dude.
Yeah.
Good investment.
Yeah, yeah. That wouldn't include in all the personal loans.
Oh, yeah. The good old payday advances.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
The good old hang up.
I'm still finding out about those, buddy. I'm like, oh god.
I had a buddy that paid off a Geo Metro for like 8 years that he'd gotten a payday loan.
What do you get, $500 for?
I think he got like 2 or 3 grand for it or stuff like that. I'm telling you, I remember because I went to this guy to pay payments like years later down there. I'm like, how many payments you got left? Man, I got like 15 more payments left on this thing. I was like, it's not worth it.
No,
Let
it's
them
not.
come get it. Get $2,000, let them come get it. That's more than you could sell it for, bud.
I don't want to ruin my credit again. I'm like, I think
Your
you've
credit's the
already
least
got
of
it.
Yeah.
your
You've already-
credit's your least
You've
of your worries
already
right
you've
now.
already done the damage, cuz.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, I don't even. Yeah. So it was like that, bro. It was like that.
Oh man, I'm so happy that I didn't never do one of them.
Well, one of the lucky ones. What are you bragging? No, just kidding. No, dude, it's just stupid. I'm still paying for that stuff. God, still. I literally pulled up my email the other day and it was like saying something, and I was like, "Oh my god, another one!" It's like,
What was this, huh?
I was like, "Dude, what?" Uh, I've like paid off a couple, and then now I'm. It's just, it's,
There's a couple more.
yeah. Oh, I'm gonna be paying that off for. But it's repercussions of stupidity. So it's something I always keep my mind in check. Why never to go back? That's all it gets you. Broke and whatever else words you want to put that.
Broken STD.
Coming at you on the late night show.
Yes.
On the late night show of Rehabilitation Revelations.
Yes. The super late show.
Welcome.
Welcome
to the game of
Revs.
stupid.
Where we talk about ruining your credit, getting STDs,
Getting drunk.
and getting drunk.
Oh, dude.
And taking psych meds in the detox.
Yeah. Hanging out. It's a detox.
Just a normal Tuesday night, guys.
Yeah.
Normal Tuesday.
It's a normal Tuesday night.
Normal Tuesday.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Looking good over here.
Yeah, it's starting to come together a little bit.
Oh yeah. Starting to see things a little bit now.
Hey, come look at this shape.
Dude, let me see it. Here, let me
It's
tattoo
not
you.
my wiener, dude.
Let me tattoo you.
How's it going?
Ah,
Yeah.
ah.
Well, you gonna get a tattoo, Chase?
Yeah,
Where? Up your arm?
yeah. Adam's gonna help me come up with something cool, interesting, and cool.
Absolutely.
Something nobody's got. But like, I was talking to a buddy because he's like, a lot of people do trees and stuff, but I feel like they don't do something meaningful with the tree. They just people are like, oh, let me get a forest. You know what I mean?
Let me get a pine
And it's
tree.
fun. It's fun.
Yeah. Let me get a
But-
pine tree.
But like, I want something cool, like what you're doing. It's like to remind myself of coming out of the dark and like the tree growing out into light, like something cool like that. We'll figure it out.
Hey, we're figures, dude.
Yeah. So, but it'll be my first one ever, and I want it to be something cool.
Get a face tat for your first tattoo, bro. Get a tattoo of a beard, dude.
Never shave.
You know what?
Just give him a 5 o'clock shadow all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
What's up? I'm Chase.
We'll give you about a 4:30 shadow, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Drool coming down.
Yeah.
some like with some like chicken finger things on the side.
Get
Like-
some white ink and tattoo some.
Snot bubble coming out.
Oh yeah.
It's like what?
What now, dude? What now?
I'm different. Nobody's got this.
Nobody has some white ink tattooed on their nose, bro.
Oh, but I
think
do.
you should I think you should do that.
Yeah, just like let everybody. They're like, fooled you,
Bullshit. You
gotcha.
thought this was cocaine. This is actually a tattoo.
Yeah.
What's up now, dude?
This is,
You thought this was cocaine, bro.
but it's not.
No, dude.
This is the real me.
Only real addicts get this, bro.
Yeah, I'm different.
Oh, Lord.
Welcome to the shit show.
Yeah. Welcome to the shit show.
I'm here.
I just shit my pants.
Yeah. Don't want to go back to those days.
No, dude. That's not good days.
No,
It's not good days. That's not fun, though.
no. Ugh. Well, all right, guys. I'll see you later.
We'll see you later. How long have we been going, Chase?
An hour and 40 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Adam, you got anything else you want to say, man?
Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate y'all coming and talking with me a little bit and letting me talk as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think you had a good time, dude.
I had a
Yeah.
wonderful time. And hope to see y'all back again.
I hope this not hurt us bad. I've been trying to act tough, dude.
He's actually going to cry here in a minute.
Yeah.
We've paused it 4 times actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pause it 4 times.
We had to start it over twice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get him to wipe his eyes. I was like, wait, you started, Chris. Calm down. You're getting your head too much.
Yeah, call my mom down here, dude. Cindy had to give me a pep talk.
Yeah.
Good old Cindy Lou.
It's like, quit being a girl, Chris.
That's what she said. I heard her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and shave your stupid mullet, Chris. That's what she told me. It's like, no, Mom. This is the real me.
This is me.
This is me.
So if
Mom.
I get a tattoo of a 430 shadow, will you get a tattoo of a whole mullet?
Yeah.
And you don't ever have to shave it.
I'll never have to shave my mullet ever again, bro.
Yeah.
That's me. That's just who I am, dude.
Can you want to do that, Adam?
I no.
Dang
Nope.
it, dude. Damn.
God, that's realism at its finest, right?
A lot of real bad tattoos getting thought of right now.
Yeah. All right. Only cool tattoos.
Only cool tattoos done here.
Only cool.
We don't do those others.
Adam East, everybody.
Yeah. Hey, make sure y'all check him out, guys. Show him some love. He's down here at Revolution Inc. Was this Avondale or was this considered?
We're right outside of Avondale.
Lakeview?
I guess I'd call it more Avondale than Lakeview.
Yeah. Kind of in between Lakeview and on the edge of Avondale.
Yeah.
This is 4th Ave right here?
Yep, we're right on 4th Avenue. I believe it's 3728 4th Avenue South.
Yeah, 4th Ave South. Man, check him out. Good dude, good people. Most importantly, to me at this moment, is good tattooing.
Yeah.
You know?
I got you covered on that.
Yeah, absolutely. But highly, highly recommend. Like I said, he's did all my work. So I think the world of him. Not only as a tattooist, but as an individual, man. Somebody can come here and just kick it with. He's gonna be honest with you. I'll tell you that he'll be real with you. Does good work.
Thank y'all very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. Check him out. Show some love. Show him some love. Appreciate y'all, man.